What's up, YouTube? It's your boy CJ back here today with another video. Today, me and my dad are gonna be doing a recap on the Jeezy's versus Gucci versus battle. This battle came on last night, and man, it was a show.
It was great. It was great for the culture. Great for Atlanta.
Yeah, it was good, man. I think Jeezy took the honestly he won the battle to me. I feel like Gucci, he didn't really care about the battle. He just came. I feel like just I don't want to say to disrespect Jeezy, but just to look him in his eye, basically. Because it seems like from the songs that Gucci picked, it seems like majority of the songs he picked were like songs that were, I don't want to say, because I knew majority of the songs, but majority of the songs, like most of the songs that he picked were probably songs that were really big in Atlanta and not as big, as far as mainstream wise. And I feel like the songs Jeezy picked was all like mainstream hits type thing.
Yeah, well, if you think about the first one we did before, they had it. I was telling you about. You have an underground artist, you have a mainstream artist. That's what you got.
Yeah.
But if Gu Up is the trap god,
Yeah.
and you saw it last night
He made
because,
it.
but to me there wasn't no winners or no losers.
No.
How I looked at it, because I think they both had smash records. I think
I don't.
individuals got their feelings caught up in what songs that they like. But if you just from
Gucci was funny. I feel like Gucci. That's why I said Gucci. Then Gucci has a lot of songs, a lot of popular songs, and better songs that he could have played last night. But I say last night he didn't come. He didn't come for just to play music. He wanted to come and make a statement.
Yeah, because quite a few songs he kept calling him. He had to listen to Meech.
Yeah,
and he kept trying to belittle him.
As soon as he came out, he said, "This is the Gucci show."
Yeah, but you got to who Gucci is.
Who?
50 Cent.
Yeah.
They're very much alike when it comes to.
They don't tolerate disrespect at all.
What happened was people thought, and this is, me and CJ was talking about it. Now do y'all think he's a clone?
Right.
That's the Gucci everybody knows.
Right, he's not no clone.
And he got on stage and showed you that this is me. I am the Gucci that you guys. He been behaving himself.
Right.
It all started with that Charlemagne,
the Charlemagne
interview.
Yeah.
And when he went left, and people was like, "Oh yeah, there he is."
Right.
Then I saw him on this is another show that comes on with Big Black and them.
Okay.
I forgot that show. Shout out to them because I watch it all the time. And he went in about the people he didn't like and what they was doing to him.
Right.
But I knew that was my thing when I said it's gonna be interesting because I knew he was gonna nut up.
Yeah,
I knew it wasn't gonna be to sit there, because you got to think about it. Like a lot of people say, well, he tried to. No, the bounty was, from what I heard, the bounty was on a chain.
Yeah, so
and that's what came with the situation with this man.
Basically what I heard too. Yeah, they sent. I don't think Jeezy sent a hitter on Gucci to hit on to get his chain, to snatch his chain.
Yeah, it was the chain.
Gucci just ended up killing him. Yeah.
Well, it became to be something else what it was, but it was the chain that they wanted, and I guess it was a token to say, hey, I took your chain.
Yeah.
And it got worse, because you never know, but
That's
everybody knows he's a stand-up guy, but those guys, man, they've been around each other for years, I heard.
Yeah.
And I don't know if they knew each other, but listening to an interview with Jeezy today, he was just basically saying that they knew of each other and they respect each other. And but yeah, it's,
you can't. A lot of people are saying Gucci was too disrespectful, but at the same time, you gotta put yourself in Gucci's shoes. If someone was to try to have someone to set you up to kill you, or
it wasn't setting up. It wasn't set up to kill. But it was to get the chain. It was to get the chain. And
I don't know how to. Did that specific guy have a weapon on him? I don't. Because how will Gucci know? If he sees a dude trying.
Yeah, but to come in your crib, that's a different thing. So yeah, that is considered as a, but
because Gucci, I watched it earlier. Older interview with Gucci with Charlemagne. He just said. Charlemagne asked him, was like, do you regret that situation about the self-defense? Even though it was self-defense, do you regret it? And Gucci said no. Like, he deserved that. Like, how would you feel if someone did that to you, came in your house and tried to do that to you?
But you know what
you can't, like...
But you know what I noticed, too? I think Gucci made that whole battle. Because you know why? Everybody's eyes was on who?
Gucci.
and everybody, because you're seeing Jeezy came in, Jeezy was just like a boss. He was so laid
He
back.
conducted himself well.
But I'm just saying, but he was so laid back, he got kind of boring.
Yeah.
And that's why Gucci had to, like I said, like 50, he had to go in and shake it up.
Yeah.
And then when he played Trust, I knew that was going to be a problem.
Yeah,
when he played Trust,
that
I
video
said,
keeps circulating on the internet.
Because
your partner up.
But what it did was,
that's bold.
listen though, marketing wise, do you know what it done for that video?
Yeah.
That he had, and you know the song that people never knew that was out there.
Yeah.
If you're not a Gucci, like you're not a person that listened to Gucci,
right?
Like I listened to the song, I heard the song Trust, and we all knew that was there.
Yeah.
But
he just recently re-released that on Apple Music. I seen this morning.
Oh yeah, well all his greatest hits.
So yeah, you can go and check that out too. But
yeah, that was a good showdown.
Yeah,
I seen Al Nuke over there. I like when Jeezy get that shout out to Detroit.
Yeah,
that was dope when he said, "What up, though?"
Yeah, Jeezy should have played Geeked Up. That's
what
Detroit should have played Geeked Up.
But also Guap could have played what is that joint he got with the is it As?
I don't know.
What song is that?
Mm.
Oh man, don't do that to me right now.
How am I supposed to know?
Nah, don't do that to me right now. It's a song that he got that broke in Detroit, but a lot of people don't know. Detroit was one of the first markets that Gucci broke in, and he talked about it. He said Detroit was one of his biggest markets.
Gucci and Jeezy.
Well, I'm just saying, but a lot of people don't know that.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. He broke here, so he was man. He got one song that they played in the club all the time.
Yeah,
somebody didn't know it, and it broke in. It's kind of like the geeked up version, but it was here. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But who do you think? I know you say that like none of them.
Go ahead. Go. Shorty got it on her.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put my that one. He didn't play that one.
I'm gonna spend a couple bands on her.
Yeah, See, he didn't do that one.
Yeah,
he didn't do that. But so what I'm saying is, they came in with a plan.
That's why I said Gucci never came. I don't think Gucci came for the music. Of course, he came for the for the verse battle, but it wasn't about that. He came to make a statement, really, because you could see his whole demeanor, how he was coming at Jeezy. He was coming at Jeezy constantly, and Jeezy looked like he didn't want nothing a part of that. But Jeezy said that
they had a conversation.
He had to. He said he, as a grown man, he doesn't want to act like a kid anymore.
Yeah, I saw that.
He's grown from the situation.
That was ill.
So, I mean,
some people grow, but you got to come from Gucci's back, from his underground. And I like Jeezy because he repped the city on a regular. But put yourself in that man's shoes, and then that man had to come, like you hear everybody say, that man had to go. He kept getting himself
in trouble
and locked up, and had to rebuild. He had to come back, rebuild, and come back. And that's what I was talking about when it comes to money and the violence and the BS. It messed the bread up, it messed the bag up, and then once you go back, you got to come back out and rebrand yourself.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. And now I think this last time Gucci really got it. Now as for Jeezy part, Jeezy been on consistent, and right now he's just coasting.
Yeah.
But I mean, I liked it. It was great for Atlanta, and it was one part that I noticed that I heard nobody speaking about it when he did that joint with Shorty Low. Yeah. And did you watch Gucci's demeanor?
Yeah.
He was kind of like, it kind of caught him, because him and Shorty Low was real close, and he was speaking about how he never really got to see Shorty Low because he couldn't see him.
Right. And then he died when he was.
And so, exactly. And he died, and he didn't even get to see him because they was real close.
Yeah.
But when he did that song, Jeezy did, you could see his whole body was kind of like uncomfortable because he shook his head and he threw like a rest in peace sign up for Shorty Low.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So then you start seeing it kind of like dissipated the aggression, and you start seeing him. And after Jeezy said his 1-2 to him, to basically say, look, man, we grown. Which, and then I guess Gucci was like, all right, let's just do the music, because after that,
Jeezy said,
I'm
not talking. I'm done talking.
But
the music.
Yeah, but after that, he realized it was about the money.
Yeah.
It's about the it was about. I heard there's a lot of endorsements involved in this.
Probably they just did it business wise. It probably made sense.
Oh
honestly.
Man, most definitely.
And I don't
for Gucci, because now a lot of people don't even know who he is, and now they know
who
Gucci.
Everybody know who Gucci is.
But they don't, I'm sorry, they don't know his catalog.
Okay.
When you go back to a lot of the mixtapes and the albums he was throwing out.
Right, that's true.
You know what I mean? Because remember, he was an underground artist.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? and he bubbled. He created his own lane.
Yeah, he did. For
You know
sure.
what I mean? And I still say when it comes to the trap, now the trap, you know what I mean? And I never heard of the trap until I heard Ghetto Mafia. Ghetto Mafia is from Atlanta. They from Decatur. And that's the first person I heard speak on about trap. Then I heard Gucci. Then I started hearing Jeezy, T.I.
Yeah, I checked.
Then I started hearing everybody around that area. They was dropping little words, but by us not being from there, because we called it a spot or a dope house.
Yeah.
And it was just too, I didn't know what it meant, you know?
Yeah, because Trap or Die came, what, 2003? Somewhere around there?
Yeah.
Yeah, but Jeezy, like before we watched the verses, I predicted Jeezy would, end up coming on top because he has the most, he has the most, like, mainstream hits type thing.
Yeah, but Gucci still had him. Because you knew him.
Yeah, Gucci.
You knew him. And
Gucci got some mainstream hits,
but
too.
if you didn't know the song, there was a diss song.
Right.
To Jeezy.
Yeah, and
if you didn't know it, there was the songs that you didn't know, there was diss songs of Jeezy.
Even with Jeezy with Gucci, Jeezy said that he played the songs about like the songs he plays were how he was feeling in that such a certain situation. So that's why certain songs he was playing that was directed towards Gucci, or when Gucci was playing his certain song, because when Gucci came out, Gucci just came out firing at him. His first song was a diss song towards
But when he did do the diss song, you did see when Jeezy said, I get it. Okay, I get it. So he knew he had to hear that. That's kind of like, that's your man's. You did him wrong. You know sooner or later when a conversation comes up, he's going to let you know you
were wrong.
You kind of crapped on me.
Right.
So, and know what you got to do? I got to eat that.
Yeah.
I got to eat that because I did wrong to this.
Yeah.
Even though I might not like what he done, I still don't take it to that further stream. That it could have got him locked up. It could have got everybody locked up.
Yeah, because Jeezy, like I said, Jeezy conducted himself well. Because as soon as Gucci came out and everybody, when Gucci was saying like, go dig your partner up, smoking on Pookie Low, Pookie Low, he said you keep sending him, I'm gonna put him in the box and send him right back to you. Like when he was saying that, I'm like, oh no, because I wonder how Jeezy's gonna, Jeezy.
But Jeezy knew that. That's why he said, okay.
Yeah, I didn't know how he was. Jeezy was just sitting there just looking. I'm like, I hope nothing goes left, because he was saying some disrespectful stuff, but at the same time he can't.
The
really
whole
blame
thing
him.
is why we recapping this is where we can say now that it's not letting bygones be bygones, but as men, as businessmen, they understood that it was a time and a place.
Yeah,
and they kind of like when Gucci kind of sealed it when he said, he almost said, I always respect you. He almost said it, but he kind of like, I respect you. And basically telling him thanks for the olive branch.
Yeah.
That was him letting him know.
He appreciates that.
That, that right now, and I appreciate for you giving me this platform to do. Because even though Gucci big, but to do that Verzuz was major. In Atlanta, that's good because now a lot of is in to keep it 100, man, everybody looking at that what Big and Pac should have did.
Yeah.
Same kind of relationship. Guys who hung out.
Yep.
It went south. You know what I mean? Pac almost got bodied.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
And that's what was the whole beef where Pac kept holding a grudge. Besides whatever happened in a death row camp prior to Pac getting there. So when you seen this, it was a great look that they kind of be cordial to each other and they can move on. And it was good for hip hop to see that two men might not disagree or might not like each other, but when it comes to business, it's good for us as black men.
That's true.
To say, we can't always get our feelings involved when it comes to business. This is why we make bad mistakes.
Right.
Or this is why we are not successful because we don't know how to deal with each other when they go bad. But everybody else in every culture know how to put the feelings aside and keep doing business with their people.
Right. Yeah.
And that's what's wrong with us. And I take my hat off of that.
Yeah, it was good for sure. And it was also good to see them both, perform Icy together at the end.
That was the main thing.
Yeah.
But I kind of predicted that anyway.
Yeah, he said he's still going to say
yeah, I
Icy.
said when he do the Icy joint, that'll be the icing on the cake for them. And they are, they can now maybe look at doing whatever, because you don't know, man. These guys might go behind the scene and start conversating.
Yeah.
And it's just that Jeezy gonna have to own up to it.
Yeah.
Whatever the situation may be, he might have to own it and say, if just own it, saying that wasn't my intention.
Yeah.
My intention was to get the chain.
And Jeezy, that's what Jeezy said in one of his interviews this morning. He was just saying that, he would look forward to having that conversation with him. He want that conversation to take place because he can't really, he said, due to certain codes, he can't really say he feels them, but at the same time, he said, there's a conversation that can take place and they can, as
just
men
for them,
figure it out.
like you said, just for them.
Yeah.
Without nobody involved. But the dopest thing I liked about it is what he told Guwap. He said, hey, he kept talking about his clothes. And he's talking about his jewelry.
He got $10,000 outfit.
Got to. He said, man, I'm in the real estate. I own half of Atlanta.
That was funny.
And that was dope because now he's saying
he owns a lot of real estate in Atlanta.
But he's teaching you that don't go spend all your money on
jewelry and
materialistic
clothes.
things and put your money into investments. And that is dope because now a lot of people can understand that now. Back then we couldn't. Now you do. You go, okay, he's invested.
Yeah.
And that is great, man. It's good to see people in good spaces now.
It does.
And both of them was on the same camp. They was with the same camp. You know what I mean? But that's a different story.
Yeah.
But they was with the same camp. And they know that.
Yeah.
I think one couldn't get in because they said they didn't want him in, but I think maybe he got mad about it. But they was down with the same camp.
Yeah, and it was funny to watch the verse because you could see each other, especially Gucci's crew. They were trying to, they wanted to jam out some of the Jeezy songs that was coming out.
No, QC was lovely. QC and them. You don't think they want? Do you think they didn't want Jeezy to squash that beef with Gucci? Can you imagine that they gotta go when they go to clubs? They gotta be cool with them because nobody plays. Don't get in nobody's beef.
Yeah.
If two individuals got a situation going on, respect each of those individual situation and let them feel the way they feel. Never get in because when they get together and it's over, then you the outsider.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Yep. Yeah, it was a good thing to see. I'm glad Gucci and Jeezy were able to come together and put their differences aside, and have a good versus battle. A lot of people tuned in, and it was good to see. It was good for the culture. But yeah, it was good. Well, that wraps up today's video. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and turn on post notifications.
Nice
Next
watch.
video.
Run it. Hands in the air now. Hands